Okay, here we'll look at logical operators of and, or, and not. And returns true or evaluates to true if both statements are true, or returns true if either statement is true. And not takes a true and turns it into a false, or a false and turns it into a true. We'll come back to and, or, and not in just a second. I want to talk a little bit more about those Boolean values, true and false. Python's actually happy to treat almost anything as a Boolean value. So here you can see two examples where it turns a string into a Boolean and a number into a Boolean. Let's check those out. I'll run those and they're both true. And the first example had us put the values directly in the call, but obviously we can use a variable and then whatever X is will be sort of substituted in there. So maybe you were surprised that that string and the number were both true. Actually, Python defaults almost everything to be true. Every string is true except for empty strings. Any number is true except for 0. And then any list, tuple, set, or dictionary are true except for empty ones. So the only thing that's false is empty stuff or 0. Here are examples of false values. There's literally an infinite number of things in Python that evaluate to true. And we can see that, okay, false is obviously false. None, that's the thing that we get if we try and save the result of a function that doesn't actually return anything. We can also explicitly return none, but the main place we see it is when we don't return anything. For example, the output of print returns none. Whoops, I forgot a parenthesis. So first we print hi, then that returns none, and then we get the bool of it, and that's false. Boolean of 0, empty string, doesn't matter if we use the single quotes or double quotes, then an empty tuple, an empty list, and an empty set or dictionary. All of those are false. What that means is we also can use these in something like an if statement. So if I say x equals 5, if x is greater than 0, then I'm going to say print hi. Okay, so we know looking at this that we're going to print hi, and I run it. The thing that is weird is because the bool of 5 is true, I don't even have to compare it, and it's still happy with x being treated as a Boolean variable there, or a Boolean value there. And when I run that, I also print hi. So it's kind of weird. Here, it's probably like a typo. I probably mean to compare x to something, but Python doesn't complain. And you can imagine if I say if 0, if body, I'll say else. Okay, there we go. So if 0, print if case, else, print else case. As a reminder, Boolean of 0 is false. So that one's going to print the else case. Let's run it. And you can see it gets that else case. Whereas if I had a non-zero value, I would get the if case. If I have an empty list, I get the else case. If I had a list with an element in it, I get the if case. On and on. I've got an empty dictionary or set, I get the else case. Sometimes we use this in Python, but more often it can be a place where we get confused because we mean to have something like x is greater than 0, but we accidentally just say x. Another example I think is interesting is here that evaluates to 0. And if I run it, I get the else case because it's functionally like having a 0 there, or something that Python treats as false. Okay, so there we looked at some values are false in Python, but honestly, most of them are true. And that can cause confusion when we really want to be comparing things, but we end up just having the value there. All right, back to looking at and or. So here's an example. If x is true and y is false, then this is asking, is x or y true? And x is true, so it's true. We can run it, and it prints true. We can think about what are all the possible cases of x and y, and it's not too bad because each of them can only be one of two values. Okay, here I made a table for myself. This is called a truth table. So if x is true, then y could either be true or it could be false. And if x is false, then y could either be true or false. So if I have two Boolean variables, I have 4 possible cases. And since I only need one of them to be true, if I am saying x or y, and both of them are true, it's true. If only x is true, it's still true. If only y is true, it's still true. But if both are false, then it's false. Let's look at the same thing, but for and. Okay, for x and y to be true, they both have to be true. So if x is true and y is true, then the x and y is true. But in all of these other cases where there's one false, x and y will be false. So here are the truth tables for or and. We always set up our variables and what are all the possible values of those. If we have an expression with just one variable, then there's 2 rows. Either it can be true or false. If there's 2 variables, we've got 4 rows. If there's 3 variables, we've got 8 rows. If there's 4 different variables, we've got 16 rows. Again, if there's 5 variables, we've got 32 rows. I think it can be okay reasoning about single expressions, like essentially a single row. But sometimes when we're writing code, we need to really be thinking about all the possible cases. And so sometimes drawing a truth table like this is helpful.